A milestone has literally just hit. I saw an article come out today that over 10,000 AI tech tools have now launched. 10,000 in the last 18 months. That's absolutely insane. The back of that article was around how many will still exist and survive over the next 12 to 18 months from an investment point of view. That's a whole different story. I want to double click and dive into what does that mean in the tech world around these technologies that have not just been built and created, but also what they're actually doing in the ecosystem. And I really want to focus on continuous learning, because a lot of conversations I've been having with organizations wanting to adapt or adopt AI in their organization is around where do we start? And I don't think it's about where we start, but it's more about the continuous learning that we go through. There's new tools and languages and platforms, and as I said, there's over 10,000 that have launched since this new world of ChatGPT AI has existed. Essentially, a lot of them are just skinned ChatGPT, but that's a whole different conversation. And so I want to dive into this continuous learning conversation. So embracing and enhancing your problem-solving skills is the quickest way to learn when it comes to your complex systems, your complex processes. And there are tools that exist, and you already have these in your ecosystem today if you're on Google or Microsoft. But people don't realize. I was talking to someone this week. Inside the Microsoft ecosystem, there's 53 applications. Most people use 5, email and Microsoft Teams, document management. They're using only a few, right? There's 53 that already exist, and Microsoft, as a powerhouse as it is buying more and more companies. On the Google side, exactly the same. So there's most likely tools that already exist inside your ecosystem that you're already using with your existing tools that you can utilize today and implement into your organization to get amazing outcomes immediately. Plus, on addition to that, is the extra 10,000 apps that have now launched. So why is it important to dive into this around the continuous learning approach? I literally did it this week. There's a new app that's launched within Microsoft 365. It's essentially a dictation tool. They're calling it Capture, whether it's video, voice, or otherwise, or taking photos or documentation. That Capture tool, I've been testing out the dictation process, internal meetings, translating that, translating, but also transcripting, doing summaries, doing action items. So that's a new tool that recently launched inside the Microsoft 365 ecosystem. So I'm always doing this continuous learning. Obviously, this is my space, but in your organization, you should be looking at the tools that are being launched in either in your industry or in the ecosystem that you already have access to. So in my opinion, this enhances your problem-solving skills because you're always looking to solve problems in your business. From a career advancement perspective, the tech industry is moving so fast forward. A lot of this, what they call knowledge-skilled working, won't exist in 3 or 5 years from now. So a lot of the mundane, task-driven type of jobs will be gone. New opportunities will come. So staying advanced in your career to allow you to understand what's happening and then adapt and adopt these technologies to allow you to keep moving forward. From an adaptability point of view, a lot of people is around this fear, not knowing where to go, not knowing what to do. I think you just need to accept this is a really fast changing subject, right? Like super fast. I'm talking like less than 18 months and the entire world's been shifted upside down. So you need to be adaptable to accept the new technologies, accept the changes in the market, and then understand where your continuous learning will come from and how that adapts to what you do on a daily basis in the fluctuating industry, whatever that might be. The big one, though, I think, is this personal development, because a lot of it's around professional and around your business, around operational improvement. But from a personal development perspective, what I've seen and understood from the businesses that we've been working with is the people in those organizations, it's giving them a new boost of confidence. It's sparking their creativity. It's increasing their personal satisfaction that they don't need to do those boring, mundane tasks anymore. They can now do this value-added task in their organization. So it's keeping them very stimulated and engaged with their work. And so I'm seeing it as a very positive outcome. The other thing it's really popping up at the moment is networking opportunities, networking events. So there's AI networking events that are happening, where it's speaking events, where you can go and learn about AI. It's deep dive into like masterminds around AI. There's industry conferences that are now focused on AI. So this whole new networking aspect has now evolved around the world of AI. So I highly recommend you find one that's either in your industry or something that's close to your industry, and dive into these educational courses, or whether it's online or in person. But then this will just open your mind to what's out there and what's possible from the world of AI. The next one is around inspiring innovation. So one thing that we have learned over the years, and I've been in the innovation space for about 10 years now, is we don't want to do innovation for innovation's sake. We actually want to discover the gaps or opportunities in the market, and you want to become the market leader in your organization or in your industry. And so this inspiring innovation aspect is around that stepping stone to entrepreneurship, or the stepping stone to entrepreneurship. So can you be that key person in your organization, if it's not your business, to really thrive and implement AI in your organization, and you become like the glue that holds everything together, and you're the one that's like pushing the company forward. So you've got two aspects of it. It's been around for a long time around this, entrepreneurship from an innovation point of view. But I think if you're grabbing onto these new technology, these new tools, you're implementing into these businesses, and you're really wanting to step up to your next maybe it's your career or professional move, I think this is a really good time to make happen. So I just want to dive into how fast this world's changing. This article around 10,000 apps has now launched, which is just absolutely insane in a very short period of time. Dive on in, test them out, see what works, see what doesn't work. Use the tools that already exist in your ecosystem, and just really dive into continuous learning. Cheers.